Hey guys, welcome back to Macy Acres. I'm Chris, and in today's episode, we're going to take this piece of plywood I have right here and turn it into some canine scent boxes. So if you're not familiar with what a canine scent box is it's a box used for training of canines that do search and rescue. We have a family member that reached out to me and said, hey, could you build about 4 boxes? They need to have about a 4-inch hole in the top of them, about a 1-foot square box, and have a hinge on the top so they can put items down in it. The dog can come over, sniff down inside of it, and then they can go search in rubble and whatnot for training. And that's the whole idea, the whole design of these boxes. What we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of plywood. I have a diagram here of this piece of plywood and the pieces that need to be cut out of it. So I'm going to need 4. I don't know if you can see on that piece on that screen there, but I need 4 squares that'll be cut out with 4-inch diameter holes in the center. Then I'll need bases, which are right here. And then I'm going to need all the sides. All right, let's make some rips with this, and I'll show you how easy it is. We set this to a little over 12 inches. When it comes to filming, I'm behind the camera. You can't see me, but that's okay because I'm bringing something into camera that you guys get to see that I built a while ago. This is my sled that goes right up here on the table saw, and this is what's going to make this so much easier in the long run. So we've already used the Craig tool to cut these down to shape. Now, what I want to do is take this, my wonderful sled, and cut these down a little bit more accurate, because when you need accuracy, you're still not going to beat a table saw. The Craig tool, that Craig tool that I have down there to rip stuff, it works good, but this is the cat's meow. Now, this is a sled that I built not too long ago. As you can tell, it has an ouchie symbol here because, well, by golly, you could cut yourself if you don't pay attention, because when you're running stuff through, the blade could come through the center. So, safety first. Usually it's safety third, but safety first in this situation. But what I've got is this nice sled, and it is perfectly 90 degrees to the blade. So when I go to cut these, it should have a true side to it. When I go to cut the next piece, it will have a true side to it as well. So I'm going to show you how I cut this and show you cutting these down into smaller pieces. All right, let's make our first cut here, and then we'll measure it and see how close it comes out. If you look at that measurement right there, that's right at 12 inches. So I got to cut a bunch of these out now at 12 inches. So I'm going to do that, put you guys on a little time loop here, and you'll swing back around once I have all these cut. All right, it's the next day. I have gone ahead and got all of these pieces cut out. Each one of them is labeled with what size they are. This is 11 by 11. This is an 11 by 12. There's another 11 by 12, and so on and so on. So now what I need to do is make little strips of wood that are going to go on the inside corners. And what these are just going to do is just give it a little bit more stability. I'm going to make them 3/4 inch by a 1/2 inch wide. Now I could make them 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch, but the 3/4 just looks a little bit more substantial to go on the inside. So let's get to cutting these out. So we now have all of these cut out. We have our inside support pieces cut out. So now is the fun part. We're going to start gluing these up, making these boxes, and then I'm going to take some of these, and I'm going to put center holes right in the middle, and we're going to cut the 4-inch hole so that the dog can stick its nose down in it and smell what's inside. All right, so we have the box made. We look down on the inside. It's all open on the inside. I may still put these braces in the corners, glue them in, brad nail them in place. Don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see how strong these are when it's all said and done after the glue sets up, because I'm going to do a little strength test on them to see. But we're going to move ahead onto the lid, and the lid is going to be hinged. So on one end of it, it hinges open, and then it closes. And what we're going to do is we need to find the center of this so we can cut a 4-inch circle. So in order to do that, it's really easy to find the center of a square. All you have to do is go from edge to edge, so go from point to point. You don't have to measure or do anything special. All I'm using is a square here because it makes it easy. It's a straight edge. So you want to get something that's got a perfect straight edge to it. You go from point to point, kind of find the center somewhere, put a little mark. Do it the other way. Go from this point here, and where the lines cross, right here in the center, where those 2 points cross, that is your center. So we're going to drill a pilot hole first, then we're going to get out a hole saw, and we're going to cut that circle. We got a hole. Pretty simple. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our hinges, and we're going to mount hinges on the sides of this. I'm going to get a different drill bit for that because the drill bit that I have over here, A, is dull and doesn't drill really well, and B, we're going to need a little bit smaller drill bit to put pilot holes in. Well, let's get those hinges out. We'll do some measurements, and then we'll get this top on, and this thing will be almost done. Now that I've got this cut out, it's now time to put the hinges on. These are small little hinges. They are narrow hinges, non-removable pin, so that way the pin doesn't flop out and then it comes loose. So once these are screwed into place, it's there until you unscrew it. We're going to look at the different ways we can put this on, but I think I have an idea as to what way I want to put these on. I think after looking at this multiple different ways, I think mounting the hinges just like that is going to be the best option. So I'm going to go ahead, measure in, and figure out where I'm going to put these hinges. All right, we're going to measure in. I've already got one side of this on, but I'm going to show you what I did here. I measured in 2 inches from the side, and I put a mark. That's going to be the side of the hinge. So if you look at the hinge real close, there's a curved edge side. I'm going to put that on the bottom side, and then this flat side that's more even, it's going to go up here on the actual door itself. I line it up pretty close to the top. I put a circle. We're going to put a circle in. We're going to take our drill. We're going to drill some pilot holes here. Get that one started. Now that we've got that one, now it makes it really easy to line up the holes for drilling because it can't move, the hinge can't. So you've got a guide there. I start by just shoving in with my bit a little bit, and I drill in. Same thing again, push in the center, and I drill. And the only reason I push in a little bit is it helps guide the bit. If you just start drilling, it'll try to wobble and go all over the place. So I just do a little push. Now, there are tools out there that you can do center punches, but since this is pretty soft wood anyway, it's pretty easy to just push in a little bit with the bit. Now we're going to screw that one in. Screw that in. Make sure this side's nice and tight. Now, get some stuff out of the way here. We'll do a little test of this door to make sure it works. Let's see. Works pretty well. It holds it flat against the side, and it seems pretty stable. Doesn't seem like it's going to break. And if it does, I'll have them tell me, and we'll fix them. All right, I got 4 of these boxes done. As you can see, got them all sanded, all smoothed down. Got a 4-inch hole in the top so the dog can stick its nose inside. You can open it up, put an item in there, do training, and hopefully, if I'm ever lost or they can't find me, maybe the K9 that used one of these boxes will be able to find me. So anyway, guys, until next time, this is Macy Acres. We're out.